All right. We are back. We apologize. As I said before, technical difficulties. I think I might be cursed because the technical difficulties follow me everywhere I go. It might be me. I got to lift this Norse curse or witchcraft, bad voodoo.
I'm not gonna say nothing about witchcraft or voodoo because I am a child of God.
Not all witchcraft is bad.
I don't believe in that.
Listen, I have seen witches in therapy.
We about to change the subject.
You know what?
We are yada 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 yada.
Stacy
I'm not listening to that.
You can't do that on the radio. What are you doing?
What? I'm not listening to that.
Stacy D.
Talking about no witchcraft. I'm not listening to it.
Listen.
Stacy D gonna lead the room.
Stacy D.
Stacy D gonna lead the room.
There are different.
Yada 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 yada.
Stacy D, you cannot do that. Stacy. Okay, listen, D.
No, I'm not gonna
You're
listen.
thinking about dark witchcraft.
I don't want to listen to no witches.
No, okay, D. Listen to me.
Okay, we talking about beating up kids.
We are gonna cover witchcraft.
And and guess what? You can do that on June the 2nd because I will not be here. I will be out the state.
I don't know how you have been working in social services all these years and you have never had a client.
Because I'm not going to deal with them.
Witchcraft?
I'm not dealing with them. I will not do it. I will not do it. I will give them the
There are agricultural
I don't care. Agricultural, witchcraft, all the
Where'd I go?
I don't care. Don't worry about it. It's always technical difficulties.
Okay.
I'm not dealing with nothing that can do any witches.
Oh, what is the name of it? Wicca. You've never heard of Wicca?
Yes, I have, and I don't deal with none of that. I don't deal with none of that. I don't even want to know about it. No.
Agricultural Wicca. That does not do any dark magic. I have seen a number of witches in therapy. For those of you,
let him stay with the witches, and I'm not dealing with the witches.
People probably don't realize that witches actually exist. Witches do exist.
That just say we're not going to deal with this, but with his overbearing personality. There he goes.
Okay. We'll skip the witchcraft for now. Okay. But to those of you out
June
there,
June the 2nd, y'all can listen to witchcraft because I will not be in the studio.
For those of you out there who
he's still going
practice
with it.
witchcraft,
he's still going with it. He's still going with it.
The D does not intend to offend anyone out there. We know
this is just my belief.
We know
I don't want to hear about no witches.
That there's dark witchcraft and then there's light witchcraft. I don't know if that's a term. I might be making up a term.
He just made up a
light
number, but you can do that. You don't write a book. So when you write a book, you can make up names. How about that?
Whatever it's, let's call it light witchcraft. We name people's companies on here. Okay, can we get back to the question of the day?
We sure do.
Here's my official response to this mandated reporter, and you're not going to like this response. Technically, you are supposed to hotline your brother. Now, let me say this. A good sister shows up at the jail to bail their brother out after getting them arrested.
Call me.
Oh, here we go.
And I'll come and get you.
She's a bail bondsman.
Call me.
Call the bail bondsman. If you get your brother arrested after you hotlined him, you probably should bail him out of jail. Okay.
So then I really should have hotlined our friend then, huh?
Which, we have a friend that abused somebody?
No, the friend who said I hotlined her and I didn't hotline her. I know you looking too. You know doggone what I
have no idea who that is.
The one who said I hotlined him. Don't be playing crazy, JP. And you know doggone well I did not hotline you either.
We're talking about child abuse.
Okay, well, we just got back on hotline. You know I got ADHD.
Ooh, and I should have told that story for my check-in because it's so funny. I had so much fun with that.
Boy,
okay.
He almost got blocked, and I wasn't coming back on the radio show. I was going to kick him off his own radio show. How about that?
I was not even worried. I had a good time. I did a full Fred Sanford on the D, but we'll tell that story later.
Okay, come on.
Officially, as a mandated reporter, you are supposed to hotline your brother. Now, what you can do is when you hotline it, because they look for a reason to screen out a hotline. Okay, like I hotlined. I said this on the show before. I hotlined a kid. He had a boot print on his forehead, and they screened it out. So the chances of something happening to your brother is actually quite slim. When you call in the hotline, just explain, listen, I am a mandated reporter. That's why I'm hotlining this. The situation's under control. It's an isolated incident. I am trying to help my brother and my nephew to work through this. Just, explain everything, and they'll probably screen it out. Now, in case they don't, your brother gonna go to jail. They're gonna show up.
They might not. They might not.
They don't usually start with the po-pos unless you call the po-pos. Because here's the thing that people don't realize. When it comes to hotline and child abuse, if you really want something to happen, just call the police. Skip social services. You can call the police, and then the police are going to respond, and then they'll alert social services for those instances where you're like, no, I really want something to be done. But if you just call social services, half the time they're not going to do anything. So that's my official response as far as what the code of ethics, no matter what your profession is, that's what it says that you have to do. Now, people who are not adhering to the code might suggest to you that you just talk to your brother. Because one of the things you said is, can I just talk to him? Can I just talk to this fool and tell him not to punch his kid in the eye again?
At least not in front of me.
Not in front of you. So this is not my official response. I'm saying what some people might suggest that you do is that you just talk to your brother. If you choose that route, which is against the code of ethics, if you choose that route, I suggest that you say to your brother, listen, this is an isolated incident. I'm going to tell you this. Let me tell you one thing. I'm going to tell you one dang gum thing. If I come over here one more again, and one of your kids got a black eye, busted nose, or bloody lip, I'm calling po-pos.
Did he sound like Martin Luther King there for a minute?
Let your brother know I'm hotlining you. And I'm just saying that some people might give you that advice if it truly was an isolated incident. And I really have known parents to find themselves in this. They're like, I have never punched my kid before. But kind of what you're describing, sometimes teenagers can get a little full of them. They start smelling themselves.
And it's that other generation, because JP, I never would have went up to Lynn.
I didn't do that with my mama either.
I would have had a cut down my face.
I'd have had a black eye like this kid.
We didn't play. I mean, we didn't play.
A black eye like this kid.
They did not play. How about you, Mr. Walker? Did you have them type of problems with your children?
Mr. Walker probably done gave all his kids a black eye.
Like I said, when you saw what Daddy did to somebody else, one of the other brothers, because I was the young one.
Right.
I was like,
Right.
It ain't going down.
And there have been cases where I have hotline situations where the kid really was the aggressor. The kid came for the parent, and the parent had to handle business. Because if you, I can't say that because I'm not trying to incur liability on the radio.
Well, I guess I did. You come up to me, I'm gonna get you.
No, I was about to give a suggestion, but I can't give that suggestion.
Don't do it.
What I can say is I did hotline a situation where the kid came for the parent, and the parent's mindset was, if I allow this kid to overpower me, they are going to take over my household. So the parent ended up handling business. And so when I hotlined it, I explained to the people at I said, listen, this kid came for the parent. And the parent, essentially, it was self-defense.
Self-defense.
And they screened it out. So
you did your part.
I did my part.
You did your part. And that's all that matters.
And in talking to the hotline investigator, I supported the parent. Like, no, this is a big old kid, like you was describing. A big old 6-footer coming after mama. She little. She had to show what she was working with.
Show better.
She showed what she was working. She was working with a lot too. That boy looked like he had been in an auto accident when I got. I said, "Woo! You probably should try to fight her because apparently she still got street skills."
Exactly, and that's what they forget, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're only as good as where you come from. So if you think you're gonna get bowdy, then you had to come from a bowdy parent.
Yeah. Kids, they can get unruly. So although my official feedback to you is that you are supposed to hotline it, if you do, provide a lot of information and hopefully it'll get screened out, because I can understand your point that it's an isolated incident. Your brother is not a chronic child abuser. Now, I have kind of been in this position. I probably shouldn't talk about it, but this sibling of mine does not listen to the show, so I'm going to talk about it.
They might listen to it this day. Don't do it. Don't do it. We always in trouble. Don't
right
do it.
Now.
That's why I went off. That's why we lost technical communication when I was talking about my granddaughter, because my daughter is very sensitive about her Dre. So don't do it, and she listens. So don't do it.
This is a sibling who does not listen. Should I tell this story?
Go ahead on. You're going to get in trouble anyway.
Oh, I probably should not.
No, don't do it.
Because I don't want Steph to end up telling Gerald was talking about you on the radio.
You know Steph. Hey, Steph.
Remember that time you did such and such and such?
Steph going to tell it.
Okay, I'm not going to tell that story. What I will say is I do have a sibling. And I did show up at her house one day, and one of my niece looked like she had been in an accident. I'm not gonna. That's it. I'm not gonna tell the rest of that story.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, because. Okay, what's next? Because we need to move on from this before I tell something that
and he be in trouble again.
All right.
But LV. Get with Gerald and call me, because you're pretty sexy.
Okay, listen. Speaking of you hooking up with people, we need to admit defeat. Because I'm okay with admitting defeat. Okay? Stacy D and I have been defeated by the dating app.
We really, truly have.
And I canceled payment on it.
Okay.
You can probably still get on there, but it's the free version.
Okay, we're going to get the free version. Hell, we might as well get the free version because the paid version wasn't doing any better. I mean, the thing about it is guess what? I had a lot of people. I had a lot of men that were interested. But when I went down and started getting to meat and potatoes of the men, they
were awful.
They were awful. They were terrible.
When we started this, I said that we were going to prove that a person could be successful using I'm laughing at the ridiculousness of it now that I know how crazy they are on the app. But I really meant that.
I thought people Googling me. People know where I live at. But once again, you can come and knock on my door. I got something for you.
And the guy who was or at least one of them was watching the show, and yeah, all of a sudden people calling her Stacy D. Fool, quit stalking the show. Okay, and so,
well, at least we got one more view, so that was a good thing.
He was in the business, and wasn't he especially awful? Okay, and so when we started it, I said that we could find success for the D using the dating apps. I clearly misspoke. And although I do know a number of people who have married people from the dating apps, So I'm not saying it's
Maybe
impossible.
we had the wrong dating app. Maybe we need to ask them what dating app they were on.
That might be it.
Yeah, maybe Tinder is like the old, come on, get it, let's get down.
But you
dirty.
was using another one too.
Maybe that one might be the same one.
BLK
Yeah, we might need to use
BLACK.
One, yeah, maybe we might need to use one that costs. Maybe there's a different type of.
Oh, go high end.
Yeah, go high end because you know you're a little bougie.
I don't know why these fools said that on that podcast yesterday
Just a little bit.
and the week before.
Well, they
that.
said, yeah, I was just because I watched the
they are bougie.
Because evidently I watched the wrong. Yeah, they are.
Every one of them drives expensive luxury cars and live in
Exactly.
expensive homes.
Exactly.
Yet somehow we get on the air
They
and
called it.
JP's
Listen. I do not want to say this. I'm trying to think of another way. The 6 3s. Can I say the 6 3s?
What are the 6 3s? I don't know what
Six
that is.
figure. 6-figure house. And 6-figure cars.
6-figure income, 6-figure house, and 6-figure car? No, you said 6 bedrooms.
Yeah, 6 bedrooms.
I don't know what you said.
It's
It means
3
bougie.
sixes. It's a 3 6s. But they don't have no 6-packs.
No, they had 6-packs.
They used to have 6-packs.
They had 6-packs
They
back in the
had HAD, but they don't have 6-pack. What your 6-pack?
Ain't got no 6-pack.
No more 6-packs.
I remember I
But
used to
they
make
are
my
little. I think they 12 packs.
at least. Let me tell you, I said this on the show. You haven't seen last
JP
night's
say
show.
y'all got 12 packs. Okay, what'd you say on the show?
I didn't say that, Stacy. You said that. Listen, what I did say on the show is one of the questions when you watch it was, what are you glad that you left behind? What has changed with age? What did you bring with you? It was those kind of questions that we were
Ooh, that was
answering.
good.
Yeah, it was really good. But one of the things I said changed with age. I said, I remember I used to be able to make my pecs bounce. Now they just kind of jiggle. But no, they don't have 6-packs. But
No more
those other
6-packs.
those other 6s, these fools are bougie, but they called me bougie.
But they want to call. I think because maybe you're a little bit more flamboyant with
They
yours.
came for me.
But wait a minute, Johnny Quick, you didn't call.
Johnny Quick did a full photo shoot with him and this nice ride that he had bought. He's bougie. They bougie. They bougie.
Wait a minute, wait.
All right.
He did a photo shoot with his car.
Well, he was doing a photo shoot. The car was in the photo shoot. Yeah, it looked like something from a magazine. Johnny Quick.
Johnny Quick.
I said, who's
I'm
that
about to call
photographer?
him.
I need to hire that
They be like,
photographer.
where's Johnny Quick?
I need to hire that photographer
Probably
because
was
it was
Patrice.
a good shoot. I don't know.
That's the one
Patrice.
from the dot, though. The one that did ours.
Oh, she's good.
everybody from the dot.
If you all have not seen our pictures, visit our Facebook page because we got hooked up.
Yes.
Okay. Back to this dating app thing. We're done. We admit defeat. For all you men out there who are stalker watching the show right now, hitting Stacy up, talking about Stacy D, okay? We admit defeat. And she's not going out with you all.
I'm scared and dumb.
Half of y'all was scary.
Scary.
We gotta let it go. So we're done with that. If anyone knows of a better dating app,
Or even have a friend that would love to meet Stacy D.
that's the old school hookup.
Maybe
one.
we need to go old school.
The old school set a person up.
Set this person up.
I think what we should do, since we were not able to pull off what we said we were going to pull off with the dating app, is we need to have a speed dating event. I've always wanted
We were supposed to be having
to
one of
see a
those
speed
last
dating
year.
event. We need to do that. So
God, and I'm shutting my
round up
boy
a
down,
bunch
man.
of single people, and they just go from table to table, and oh, the bell goes off. You go to the next person. That's a lot more
That'd be
fun than a
nice.
dating app anyway.
Dang.
Do we know enough single people?
No.
Here's something that's interesting. I have so many single clients who are incredible people. But because they're clients, I can't introduce them to other clients. Like, if they don't meet them in the lobby in passing,
wait a minute,
while
they're not
one's
even in the
coming
lobby
in
no
and one's
more. What, in the Zoom room?
and I'm doing telehealth. And
So
I'm doing telehealth.
Gotta meet them in the Zoom room.
I'm doing telehealth. I had one client who a therapist in the building pulled me aside and said, "Who is that?" I said, "That's a client." She said, "Oh, man." She thought it was one of my homeboys stopping by for a visit. No, he's a client, and like, you can't date my clients. That's not appropriate. But I can let clients know about the speed dating event.
I know.
Because all these clients, like, I know who would be perfect for who, because I know them.
Because he's the master matchmaker.
Well, and I know them as my clients, and so sometimes I'll be sitting in session and be like, oh my God, him and her would be just, they are so in tune, they would be perfect for each other. But they don't know each other, and I can't introduce people. It's outside of my role as a therapist. They would have to literally be sitting in the lobby, one coming out and one coming in. Hey, how you doing, girl? You, or something like that. I don't know. But speed dating, we need to switch it up, okay? We could not handle the dating app.
Nah, we were terrible. And even JP was
even the ones that I was like, "Ooh, how about this one? How about
and you was even talking to some of them,
and
they would come back with some old crazy stuff.
Well, the really good ones just disappeared because they probably got snatched up. They got snatched up. And what was left was those crazies.
The crazies.
Which means the D wasn't moving fast enough on the good ones. And missed them.
Sorry.
I mean, you busy.
I know.
You working.
And you know what? And that's one of the good things, too, about maybe I need to date someone that don't live in the state. Because you don't have to worry about them talking about.
You always say you want to date somebody out of state.
Yes, because I ain't got to worry about them. Like, you forgot to call me tonight.
That can still happen even if they out of state. Where you been?
Where I'm going to see you.
Who is you
We
with?
have a weekend set on the third weekend of each month.
That's what I'm taking your call. Okay. I want to replace that segment with a bonus segment called We Tried It. We talked about this before, where we tried different things, and then we are going to share it with you all on the air. And so for We Tried It, we can either do
look
it
at JP's notes, because
we can either
Stacy D don't have any.
Well, we can either do it where I try something and you try something, and there's other things that we can try, both of us can try together. I think that might be the best way to do it. Here is what my suggestion is. Mariah Carey's new book.
I'm not going to do it.
Perfect, because I already read it and I want to wait for you to read it.
Because you'll be waiting a long time unless I put it in the car on audio.
Well, that's how I got the audio book. I listened to it on the way to Tennessee. It's incredible. So next week, under We Tried It, I'm going to talk about this book because, one, this book is incredibly well written.
Really?
And she her songs are incredibly well written.
Right.
Like, she's a gifted writer, but she presented a form of racism that I actually had never thought about. I had never thought about it. A whole different twist on racism that
Give us a tidbit
that has
of
been
it.
overlooked.
Give us a tidbit of it.
A tidbit is it's from her own experiences, but
sure
it
she
is
has.
not like the racism that you always hear about. It's different. And so we're going to talk about that. So, Mariah Carey's new book. All right.
So what's the next thing we need to try? Oh, he only had one thing down.
I only had one thing down. I only had one thing down.
He only had
That's
only
all we
one
need
thing.
to try. You need to come up with something for both of us to try.
I got to come up with something for both of us.
Something for both of us to try. But I'm going to cover that and talk about that next week. I'm trying to pull up. The name of the book is The Meaning of Mariah Carey.
Oh, wow. That's a nice picture on her, too. She's a beautiful girl. She's a beautiful woman.
This book, the layers and levels of trauma she experienced as a child, you would never have imagined.
I remember listening to her interview with her one time. Listening to her interview she had going on with actually she was with
Insanity.
Oprah.
Insanity.
She did an interview with Oprah. Yeah.
Layers of trauma and just horrible things. She survived horrible things.
She's
All
a
right.
survivor.
That's our show for today.
Is it really our show? Because we were gone for like 15 minutes because of technical difficulties.
We wrapping
did let
up
you go
this show
on
right
for
now.
a
I
few
know, right,
minutes, though. But yeah, we had technical difficulties in this show, and we'll try and stitch it back together when you guys pull it up on YouTube. But there was a break of 10-15 minutes at least that the internet connection was gone, and not our provider, but the internet connection within the studio went bad on us.
Okay. So, Mr. Walker's going to piece the two parts of this show back together and see what we end up with. All right. So, that's our show for today. Thank you for joining us. And remember, worry about nothing.
And pray about everything.
Thank you, and God bless.
Bye-bye now to all the witches.
Don't say bye to the witches like that. Poor witches.